And
We passed
Find
5th
it.
grade.
well, one of us did. Two of us did.
Well, 3 of us did. So you're still passing.
Well, technically, but we're not smarter. The idea is
I'll
are
put
you
this way,
smarter?
we're
I don't-
smarter than you, and that's all we need to be.
See, all right. Here's a real thing. I was 99.9% sure I was gonna beat Jeff. I'm sorry. I had no.
I was too. No, trust me, I was too. I literally, I was like, I feel like I'm gonna get like a 60 at best, and probably like maybe even like a 40 on this.
Yeah, I
thought the same
faith in
thing because I
Jeff
feel like the first
whatsoever.
question I got it wrong. It's like, here it goes.
Well, no,
Yeah, I had
so
no
the
faith in
first
Jeff.
question,
Wimmer,
I
was
actually
like,
got that
Wimmer,
right.
and I was like, all right, but
All
I
right,
was
so
like, Wimmer and I
so
might tie.
Mm-hmm.
which questions
I
did
got
you
that
guys get
wrong.
wrong?
All right, so let's just go through this.
I don't remember.
All right.
If a car is travel, so we took a 5th grade BuzzFeed quiz. So he's like, who's smarter than a 5th grader kind of thing. I did it the other day because I just wanted to see how
We were
stupid I
that
was.
bored.
I just wanted to see how stupid I was. And so this is so this is like a 5th grade math question. If a car is traveling 40 miles per hour, how long will it take to go 190 miles? So you had to do this without like calculators, which I hope you guys did. I didn't use calculators.
I did do it with that one, yeah.
I just guessed.
So then you had four answers. You had 4 hours and 45 minutes, 3 hours and 30 minutes, 4 hours and 15 minutes, and 3 hours and 15 minutes. I said 4 hours and 15 minutes.
I did too.
That's wrong.
I said 4 hours,
That's
45
wrong.
minutes.
That's right. Though.
Nerd.
Well, no, so because I was actually trying to do this in my head, and once I get to 4 hours, obviously it's the first one or the third one.
Please
of course.
tell me you got the second one right.
Of course.
But yeah, no. So I was with Jeff. I was like, all right. I was just trying to do it in my head, but I also was doing it really quickly. I wasn't like trying too hard.
I was thinking about it because I was like, oh, it's pretty close. I was like, it could go either way. I feel like it's on the farther end.
Yeah, I don't know. But so Whitmer and I got that wrong, so we're 0 for 1.
All right.
And
Second one was, is this
there's
a
11 questions.
Tyrannosaurus Rex?
I said false.
And that's obviously not. That's a Stegosaurus.
What? I was like, what is it actually?
Stegosaurus.
Well,
I don't know dinosaurs. I don't know.
Learn your dinosaurs, Ross.
Well, I'm sorry. Jeff plays with like a 6-year-old every day, or used to, so he knows his dinosaurs.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ross Geller over there.
Yeah, honestly.
Besides, Stegosaurus growing up was
right.
one of my favorite dinosaurs. So, screw you guys.
All right, so I'm so Whitmer and I are 1 for 1, and Jeff's
You're
2. I'm 1 for 2.
You're 1 for 2. Come on, man.
I'm
2 for 2 at that point. All right, third
All
one.
right, anyway, so
how many nouns are in the following sentence? The rabbit ran to the cafeteria and ate a big salad. 2, 3, 4, or 5?
It's 3.
3.
Yep.
Whitmer?
3.
3. All right, good. We got that right.
It's like,
all right,
this one,
I hope we all got this.
No, before you go on, I hope that we all would get that right too, because we all were in the same kind of like grammar. We're all communication majors. So our job was to write scripts. Our job was to write scripts, brochures, papers. So that was what we had to do.
Yeah.
So if you couldn't get that right, then like also
that would have been bad.
High key, when I first saw it, I was like, what's a noun?
No, I'm not gonna lie. For a second, I'm like, okay, it's a person, place, or thing. Got it.
Yeah. I was like, it's not a verb.
I had to think
about what a verb is.
Yeah.
I had to think about it. I was like, after I thought about it, I was like, wow, I'm dumb.
You're right.
I deserve to fail this at this point.
The next one. What unit of measurement? All right. What unit of measurement is abbreviated OZ? Ounces, liters, pounds, and oblongs. How do you want to pronounce it?
I knew this because I cook a lot.
There you go.
Not because I'm smart, just because I cook a lot. I know what it is.
Right.
Like, if you would given me this in high school, when that cooking class, I would have known what it was.
Well, I mean, I feel like everyone knows LB or LBS is pounds.
Everyone knows LB and everyone knows liters.
Right.
Liters is an L.
Yes. The other ones.
I don't know.
I've never even heard of it.
So by process of elimination, I got it right, but I knew what it was anyway.
I mean, yeah, right. But the other thing is like I just naturally I knew that again from doing some little cooking to just helping around the house or anything that OZ is ounces.
Yeah.
I
So
feel
actually,
like
a funny story, real quickly. Well, back
boy.
in high school, we had to take this the cooking class.
Oh
So
god.
my two friends and I we cooked for everything, and so we did everything together in that class, and we made cookies.
you.
Nice.
We were supposed to make cookies, right? We put them in, we took them out, and we did everything, and they weren't really like forming how they should. And our teacher's like, why don't they look? We're like, why don't they look like right? We did this right. We did it right time, the right amounts. And she's like, did you put butter in it? And we all looked in the same direction at the same time, and we see our stick of butter sitting there on the counter, and we're like, no.
No.
So we forgot butter, which
That's
was
supposed
one
to
of
be
the
in
main
there?
ingredients. So we didn't pass. We didn't pass it because they
man.
There was no butter.
weren't good.
Oh, nice.
But then one of my friends, she gave me some of their cookies, so they're really good because like they were good at it. But
Yeah.
I was like,
you guys weren't.
Well, yeah, you have to be friends with the ones that can't cook, so you can actually get something that's good.
Yeah,
So
right.
when yours turns out shitty,
but the funny thing is,
get some that are actually
we weren't the only ones who screwed that up. Though. Like,
that doesn't surprise me.
That up with us.
That doesn't surprise me.
Other like, I'm not sure how many groups there were, but like at least one or two other groups didn't put an ingredient in. So like it was we all forgot different ingredients too. So
aren't all the ingredients out already?
Yeah, we just didn't put it in for some reason.
That little stick of butter that's just hanging out. Don't need that.
I was
just toss it out.
Like,
oh my God.
It was sitting there on the counter, and think about it. Think how long you need to bake cookies. Do what, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But you think about it, you have to put through. We made the mix and put it in for 30 minutes, and we didn't realize.
That's
pretty bad.
An
entire class period to realize we didn't put butter in it.
That's really bad.
I know. That wasn't.
Okay,
all right.
I like how you couldn't realize that the butter was still on the table, but you had to ask what was wrong, and she said there's butter.
Exactly. That was.
Because she clearly looked at your table and said, "Is it butter?"
Yeah. So,
true or false?
So we're gonna move on to the next question.
Is a ball.
Right. So far at this point, going up to question number 5, I'm 4 for 4.
I'm 3 for 4.
Same here.
And same with Brian. True or false, Whitmer? Go ahead with the question.
Human shoulder is a ball and socket joint.
I said true.
It's true. I know this mainly because we learned it really early, and plus I hurt my shoulders a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Me too.
So when you hurt your AC joints, your and all the other stuff like that, you kind of figured that.
Yeah.
We're also into sports, so I feel like you should know that just on that basis alone.
Exactly.
Right.
So which one of these is a mammal? A seahorse, a sea lion, or a sea urchin? So here's the thing. I said sea lion.
Did you?
But I did. But I also was like, I had to think about it because a seahorse gives birth to not eggs, but live seahorses.
Right.
So baby seahorses. That's what I thought of when I thought of like, but I knew that's wrong. But that's what I had to thought of first. I was like, seahorses don't give birth to eggs.
Yes, but seahorses also can't breathe on land.
That's what I got. The first thing was that, and the second thing was land. And I was like, you can't do that.
Yeah. Well,
what's the opposite of a horse?
I'm assuming you get sea lion.
It's a seahorse. The opposite of a horse is a seahorse. Nobody got my Office reference. Not even Jeff, and he loves The Office.
I love that.
I got it now. Yeah.
I didn't get that either.
Because I didn't want to respond because I was like, I don't even know what this is. Yeah.
Jeff was confused.
Yeah. Well, confused is right because I got that question wrong.
What'd you say?
What'd
you say?
Seahorse. I said seahorse.
Oh
obviously, I'm not gonna say sea urchin though, because like I was like, I don't know why, but like I wanted to say seahorse.
Oh my god.
I think it was just a
Oh,
horse
the
that just
goodness
doesn't
is,
want
the
to swim.
goodness
All
is,
right, hold up. At least I know. At least math is sort of hard. At least it's like you gotta know like a mammal's breeze on land. Like
no, I know. That's why I'm
so
like, wait.
I don't feel as bad. I think Justin just is dumber than me now. I don't care. He scored higher, but he's just
Yeah.
dumber.
I'll accept these
Like-
terms. But no, because I was like,
Come on,
yeah, I don't
math
know.
you can get wrong. You gotta know something that breeze on land.
Anyway, the good news is I did not get this next one wrong. What continent is the
would
least
hope not.
populated? Antarctica,
Which
Asia,
continent?
Australia, or
Jeff,
Europe?
which continent? This is which continent?
Yeah, that's what I said. Which continent?
Yeah, he said
You
which.
said what continent? I
Sorry.
swore he said what.
Okay. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, which continent is the least populated? Asia, Antarctica, Australia, Europe.
Antarctica.
Penguin Land, Antarctica.
Correct.
Oh man. All right.
All right, so I got this wrong. No, I got this right. I think I got this right.
Go ahead.
Since the late 1930s, what calendar date has been designated for the inauguration of a United States president?
January 20th.
This one I definitely did get wrong.
I got wrong. I thought
January
it was
20th.
it's the 20th, but I said the 15th.
I couldn't
really?
remember. I thought it was between the 15th and 23rd. I didn't think it was the 20th. I chose 23rd.
I was
Yeah, I
between the
can see that.
15th
I knew
was
it was in
between the 20th and the 15th, and it was between there.
See, I was between the 20th and 23rd, but I was like, no, it's definitely the 20th.
I'm just
23rd 's
glad I
too
didn't
late.
put January 1st.
Honestly, yeah, it's a good move.
New Year's Day.
So
Yeah, right.
So yeah, it's January 20th though. So I got that right. I knew that.
Okay. So what question was that? That was the.
I don't know.
Damn it, hold on one second.
Counting is hard.
It is.
Apparently, we didn't pass preschool.
That was
That was
the eighth
8.
question. So I was 7 for 8 at that point. All right, 9th question. In the initials of the federal agency known as NASA, what does the first A stand for? American
this one
Aero.
I got this one right.
I did too.
That's what I said.
Aeronautics Association or Administration.
Aeronautics.
Aeronautics.
Yeah, it's aeronautics.
Mhm.
Yes.
Question: Can you say the
I-
entire? Can you name all of them though?
No,
All the letters.
definitely
It's
not.
National Aeronautics Space Administration.
Aha. I almost did say
More
administration.
association. Oh fuck. I think it's administration or association. I think it's administration. It's administration. No, it's administration. It's administration.
Okay.
I know it's administration.
But I almost did say administration because I was like, I feel like that's in there, but like then again,
It
I feel
is,
like that would be
but
last.
it's at the first.
Right. So I went with aeronautics. So.
Yep, it's administration.
Okay, this one was a tough one. I actually got this right because I recognized the name, but I just wasn't sure.
Thomas
What
Paine.
revolutionary leader wrote the influential Common Sense in 1776? John Locke, Abraham Lincoln, John Adams, or Thomas Paine?
Abraham Lincoln.
So
Got it.
here's the thing.
Did he get it wrong? Please say you
I
didn't
don't
say
know what the
Abraham
common
Lincoln.
sense is. I don't know what the common sense is.
I remember learning about it, but I don't remember what
I don't know.
it is.
I remember learning in college.
Don't know what it is.
Well, I learned
Don't
about it
know.
in college.
I never learned
Yeah.
it.
Really?
I never learned about. Wait, you learned about that in college?
Yeah.
I learned it freshman year because that was my only.
I took a history
class.
class. Yeah.
I had to take.
I took history, but I took history, but I took like all. I took like World War II and like and stuff like that. World War One.
Dude,
I didn't have to take
mine was,
had,
like,
I
American
had,
I didn't
history
take
from,
like
like-
civilizations course.
Yeah.
I
Mine
had a
was like.
shitty history class freshman year. That was awful.
Mhm.
Actually, I did
What'd
take a
you say,
civilizations class. My bad. I said John Adams.
Okay.
President.
I almost said John Locke, but then I was like, wait, no, it's Thomas Paine,
It's Thomas Paine.
Yeah.
It's Thomas Paine.
which was the answer.
So
though,
actually,
but,
funny thing.
I'm just glad you didn't say Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
No, I knew it wasn't good. But here's a really funny thing, actually. Really good story. So, junior year, I was at Coastal Carolina. And so, two of my friends and I decided to take a class together. So, we're like,
Oh boy.
we're going to take a history class. One of my friends had to because he's a geography major. So, we're all right, we'll all join you. We all needed history anyway. So, we joined him. So,
Nice.
this is also 3 days a week. So, we take so it's a 15-minute class. So, an hour class.
Yeah.
3 days a week. We sat there, and so we thought we were taking World Civilizations 2, which is like post Civil War,
no.
in the Reconstruction era, right? Reconstruction took from like World War II
Yeah.
or whatever it was going to be, or present day. I don't know what it was, but anyway, so we sat there for 2 weeks, so 6 classes, 6 hours of our time. We sat there thinking we're taking that, but we were taking Civilization 1. So from the beginning of the New World to the Civil War. It took us 2 weeks and homework, readings and homework to realize we weren't taking the class we thought we were taking.
I mean,
How did it take you that long?
it took him 3 minutes to realize he was cooking an egg with the power out. So
There you go. All right, that's fair.
But the funniest thing is like, so that's really bad. So we were in there in the 6th class. We're sitting there. We're like, like when my buddy raises his hand, he's like, yeah. He's like, when we learn about the Civil War, he's like, oh, not to the very end. We're like, what do you mean? He's like, this is from the New World to the Civil War. We're like, oh. We all look at it. We all look at each other, and we're like, I'm stupid. Because we read it. We bought the books. We bought the book for it too. So like nothing registered in our minds, and reading and doing homework that we weren't taking the class we thought we were taking for 2 weeks.
Wait, did you guys, I guess, just gut it out then because you already bought the books and everything?
We had to. We had to gut it out. But he also had to. We gutted it out because he had the KISS method. The professor had the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid.
Stupid.
So we did that, right? And so what he had was 5 exams, but one you could drop.
Nice.
So you only took 4 exams.
Love it.
The best part is that we all passed. The best part of that, even better, is that we all failed almost all the exams.
there you go.
I failed 3. I mean, I failed.
Yikes.
3 out. No, I failed 2 out of the 5. I mean,
Okay, that's pretty good. So then
failed.
really,
I mean, I got like a 30% kind of thing. It wasn't like
I got it. I got it.
and I got like B's on the others.
Okay, yeah. So in reality, you passed 3 out of the 4 though.
Well, I mean, when I'm saying that, like I dropped 1 grade, so I failed 3, but I dropped 1 grade.
Gotcha. Okay,
I got like 3 of them I did really bad, but I dropped 1 grade, so it didn't count.
Gotcha now.
So I had to do well on the midterm on the last 2.
Yeah, but dude, I love when professors did that.
My friend did the same thing. He did the same thing as me. He failed 3 and passed 2. So he dropped 1, so he failed 2, passed 2 really well. My one friend failed 4.
Oh.
Failed 4, passed 1, and still passed. Don't know how.
What?
Don't know how.
That's so wild.
No, all 3 of us have no idea how because he did worse than me on those exams.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So out of my 3 failed exams, I had like 2 at 30. I had like 30, 40, and I had like a 6, and I had like a 50, 55 or whatever. And then the other 2 I passed really well.
Yeah. Jeez.
Like A's. He did worse. He like we would look at our exams. We look at each other like, how'd you get a 20? Like how'd you fail that bad? I've also been in that situation, but
I've been there.
Yep.
I mean, I've been there to the point where, like, I failed an astronomy course, an astronomy test so bad.
Dude.
Remember?
Oof,
that
was.
We were sitting there. How bad was it? Really bad.
Someone got it.
Yeah, thanks. It was bad because we all sat down and my professor says, guys, the grades were horrible, so I gave you a 25-point curve.
Wait,
I remember I had that too.
I remember this.
Yeah. I raised my hand. I said, is this, I raised my hand. And I was like, professor, he's like, yeah. I was like, did you already incorporate 25 points? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, I still failed.
I've done that too.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, but like, I was like, and like the entire, like a lot of other people failed too. Like the highest grade there was a 75 for that exam. The highest. Most of us failed it. And then once they asked that question though, you heard a lot of people like, oh. So I wasn't the only one, but like
That's good.
if you curve a test 25 points
And you still
Like,
fail?
and you still fail, you deserve to
Yikes.
fail.
Yeah.
And at
Yeah.
that point, I was like, I accept this.
So,
I'm,
all right, Brian, let me ask you this, and Whitmer, because Whitmer, you said you've had something like that before, right? So what would be worse? Something like that where you get a 25-point curve and you still fail, or where you fail a quiz and everything, but it gets worse because your professor goes over one of the problems people got wrong or something like that, but they choose your example where it is so wrong it's actually laughable.
Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's worse.
no,
And back in school, I hated being picked on to answer questions
Same.
because I knew if I did it bad if I got like below a 70, I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna
Here's
pick
the good
someone's
news,
school.
though.
And there is like a 30% chance I'm not gonna have the answer right.
Yeah. So here's the only good news of it. So of course, of all classes, it was a math course I took my junior year. It was like basically like a 100 level class, probability statistics like class. Our professor taught like almost a 400 level class. It was one of the toughest classes anyone's ever taken there, and everyone knew it. They all hated it. They hated her professor, and she was a small Russian lady with a very thick like Russian accent and everything. And her first name was like Vaska or something like that. And
Vodka?
so we yeah, exactly. We joked around, give her the nickname Vodka, and I even joked around with my one buddy. I was like, I will bribe her with 2 handles of vodka just to let me pass this class. It doesn't have to be an A, just to let me have a passing grade. So anyway, we had a test.
Any
and
other
everything,
alcohol?
Exactly right. We had the exam. We were going over questions in class that people got wrong, and it was a question that people got, a decent amount of class got wrong, but so we're going over it, and we're all laughing so hard because like the person's answer just was nowhere close to being right. And our professor's like, so where does this come from? Like, how do you get this? Like, she didn't call anyone out. She was just saying, she's literally like she almost said, like, how the hell do you get an answer like this? And I'm all laughing. I look down at my paper. I'm like, oh shit, that's my answer. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, is that girl like I had in one of my classes? Is that the girl like I had in one of my classes? I got like the Y out of like a variable that wasn't.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
It was something like that basically. But no, and
Like,
so I
the girl,
even
it was
to
like
my friend.
it was like 3 parentheses X plus Z. You go ahead.
Well, it almost felt like that, but literally, I looked at my one friend Ethan. I looked at him. I'm like, dude, who could get this wrong? What an idiot am I? And I'm like, I'm that idiot.
I was like, you know, in the same class, that'd be the worst thing in the world. We would be like,
Right.
what'd you get? 60. Shit, what'd you get? 60.
40. No, it got so bad that one of my friends, he drank in the middle of his class. Like we had the same professor, just different periods and everything. And he went to class and was just consistently drinking through like some sort of bottle or whatever. It was like an iced tea drink. And he was, just enjoying himself. And our one friend just looked at me and goes, dude, going to her class like that, you're nuts, man.
That's crazy.
But it was just one
that
of those
definitely
classes
reminds me.
where it was just miserable, absolutely miserable.
That reminds me so I have a couple stories on that one actually. Reminds me of the girl who got like a 3 of the X plus Y.
Yeah.
And then got like Z, and all of us were looking at each other like, where'd you get that from?
Yeah, right.
Where'd you get the Z from? There's no Z in that variable. Or
that's pretty much
like,
how my answer went. It's like, where did you get that from?
Like I even was like, and then when the professor was like, so Brian, how do you fix this? I was like, I don't know. Like, where'd she get that from? It's not even in the or when she was like 2 times -1 equals 30. I'm like, where'd you get that from? I'm like, how are you? What math are you doing? And the same professor, because I always would like space out in that class.
Right.
That same professor would be like, bro, are you paying attention? And I'd be like, yeah, I am. And he's like, all right, what's the answer? And I tell him the answer. And he's like, all right, you're right. I was like, yeah, dumb.
Nice.
I'm not dumb like someone over here. Or when the girl was like, it's like, it makes you seem really bad, but it's so funny because when she's like, I got accepted to college, and all of us were like, what?
Yeah, right.
The girl that accepted to college, the 2 times -1 is 30 got into college. What?
Are you sure it's not like something below community college type thing?
Like clown college?
No,
No, but
right,
I've had an exam. I had an exam actually this past my senior year of college.
Yeah.
We were all taking the exam. There's 50 questions, and I'm telling you, at least 30 of those questions I had to reread like 4 times.
Yep.
Because I didn't understand the questions, and the worst part was about half of those 30, I didn't know it was multiple choice. I didn't know the multiple choice words. Like I didn't understand them, and they didn't make any sense to me.
That's brutal.
So the worst part is when you read the question, like, I don't understand that. Then you read the answers, like I don't know any of these words.
Also, one thing that
this word doesn't seem to go with these ones, so I think it's
it's also that, and also like when you're doing like when you're doing either multiple choice or like Scantron or something like that, where your answer is like A. It's like something's not right.
I switch it
here.
to C.
Yep.
It's like, okay, one of these has to be wrong. If the answer is always the same, switch with the
My
B
friend's
or
professor
C.
did that actually. My friend's
Oh,
professor
really?
did that. He made all the answers A.
That's so mean.
All the answers A. He made all the answers A.
Every single answer on the exam. Oh my god, that would drive me insane. That would drive me nuts.
My friend brought it home. He walked into the apartment. His head was hung. And he's like, we're like, what's up? He's like, I didn't do well on my exam. I'm like, why? He's like, well, because they were all, I had them all A, but I was scared, so I changed them.
How many did you change?
But think about it, well, because one thing, if you have 25 questions, they're all A, like.
You're going to think it's
It's
wrong.
weird.
But no, I know. But again, think about how much that's.
So he changed about like 6. He changed about 6 of them, 7 of them.
Oh,
he got them wrong.
Man, that would just.
And then the next day, because when they went over, they're like, he's like, yeah, they're all A. Because he said the professor took up the paper, the test. So I want to get your papers out, ready? So yeah, he's like, all right, they're all A. I was like,
that
what?
would make me so mad.
And somebody supposedly someone in the back was like, you asshole. And the professor was like, he's like, did you guys have them right? He's like, they're like, most of them are like, yeah, we had them right. He's like, should go with your gut.
Oh man, dude, that's so brutal.
I would. It's hilarious.
Someone like that.
That's
Dude,
so funny,
that is very funny.
So funny.
That is funny.
So mean.
It was funny because it didn't happen to me.
Real quick, before we get too off track, we have one question left.
I was just going to get to that. Yeah. We still have one more.
What was the name of the first satellite pulled into orbit by the United States? Explorer, Titan, Mercury, Apollo. I got this one wrong. I said Mercury. The answer is Explorer.
Explorer. I got that one right.
Titan. Not Titan.
Yeah. I knew the other 2, Titan and Mercury, weren't just. At least it didn't sound right to me. And then Apollo.
I knew Apollo wasn't right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that's
Apollo was a throwaway one.
Right. I was like, that's realistic, but I know it's not right.
Well, let's put this. I got 8 out of 11 on mine, so I got like a 72%.
I got 79.
We both got 9 out of 11, so we got what, 79%?
Yep. Not this time. I got a 93.
Nice.
I got 100%. I got 100% this time.
100.
See,
Brian.
See, you're not.
I'm smarter than a 5th grader. Woohoo! I'm smart.
Oh man.
I believe we agreed it